My name is Cynthia Erivo.
I'm Monroe Bergdorf.
My name is Gutmik.
My name is Jordan Barrett.
Hi, I'm Cara Delevingne. The importance of representation to me in the industry and the world at large is that people need to see people like them. Growing up, I didn't really see many people like me. So I'm just really grateful to be able to be one of those people representing. I never really came out. It was more that I just decided that I was done with being in the closet. I was done with being ashamed for who I loved and who I was. So for me, it was more just being like, love is love, and we should be able to love who we want.
I'm Ariana DeBose. I didn't realize I was coming out. I just was living, and I realized, oh, I don't think my grandparents know that I like all different types of humans. And at that point, I hadn't even really chosen a word to describe myself. But I decided on queer because I just thought it would allow me to continue to grow, no matter who I love, no matter how they identify. So that works for me. There's a part 2 to this, but actually it really was part 1, I guess. When I was 11, I was riding in the car with my mother. We were in the middle of a dance workshop. And on the ride home, I said, "Ma, you know, people are just really beautiful." It's like, look at all those beautiful dancers. I think I could like a girl. I could date girls. She was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Hi, my name's Cameron, LeePhan. If I could send my younger self a message, I'm your future self and I got you, and you will be surprised to see all the things that are coming for you and the people that you're gonna meet and the experiences that you're going to have. If you trust me, if you trust yourself, your future self, you're gonna be fine. Who did I look up to growing up? Females, pop stars and actresses, family members. I was always seeking out like feminine energy to like balance this very masculine world.
I'm Kaizai Jamal. I'm so sure that I don't have a gender. It's like the only surety that I have in my life. I came out as a very binary version of myself. I was going by he, him pronouns. I was very, very regimented by wanting to assimilate as close to cisness as possible. And now, I guess I've had another coming out, which is like stepping into gender fluidity. And that's like a whole new space of understanding myself, presenting myself to people in various ways.
I'm Monroe Bergdorf. A book that I can really recommend right now is a book written by one of my good friends, Sean Fay. In my humble opinion, she's written a masterpiece. The Transgender Issue, that's the name of the book, exploring exactly what the issues around the trans rights movement are. And it cuts into all of the noise going on around trans rights and how trans rights have absolutely no impact on women's rights because they're one and the same. And if anything, we can see that what's happening right now in America with all of these anti-trans bills, it was only a matter of time until abortion got attacked. They're being attacked by the same people. So it's really important that we work together. But that book is so diligent and so groundbreaking. Read it, it's phenomenal.
Hi, I'm Nathan Westling. My proudest achievement was finding self-love and transitioning. I think one piece of advice I could give to somebody starting their transition is enjoy and take it slow, because it seems like overnight, you know, you go from your old self to the self that you want. And I wish somebody would have told me to just slow down and take every moment as it comes.
Hi, my name is Sheerah Ravindren. The importance of representation in the industry and the world at large, for me, is incredibly important. The visibility gives validation. I think it should be understood that visibility doesn't always equal liberation. And just because you're seeing marginalized people featured in campaigns and stuff, that doesn't necessarily always translate into behind the scenes. So it's still important to look at representation as something that is one part of trying to create change, but there's still more work to be done.
Hi, my name is Awang Choi. The most joyful things about being part of the community is having a community to be a part of, I think. I feel like growing up as an LGBTIQA+ person, I didn't have the community I have now. I didn't have the mirror of who I am and who I want to be. Where did I first find my people? In films. Paris is Burning. In movies, in drag shows, in music, in art, and then RuPaul. Queen.
My name is Gutmik, aka Cade Gottlieb, or Cade Gottlieb, aka Gottmik, whatever you want to call me. I always knew I was part of the community, and my parents were kind of like, are you gay? What's going on? And before I transitioned, I was like, well, I'm not a lesbian. I know that for sure. My feminine side of who I was kind of kept me from transitioning for so long. And then when I had all these gay friends around me that are clearly identify as a man, I was like, how am I not a man if all of my friends are men as well? So I just had to take that leap and say, just because I don't see myself in the media does not mean I'm not valid. And I just screamed it from the rooftops and then decided to go on national TV and tell everyone there as well. If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love someone else, basically? Because that's how it worked out for me. The second I started loving myself, more people around me started loving me as well.
Olá, I'm Valentina Sampaio. If I would send a message to my young self, it would be, you did it, because despite of some humiliating and traumatizing experience, you never give up. It feels good to know that I never lost hope. I always know who I am. I always know that I am Valentina. For me, there is no moment of coming out the day I was born.
The most joyful thing about being part of the LGBTQIA+ community is how different we all are. Because we're so different and we span so wide, you really do find a family in many people. We're not perfect because we're human. But I think that there's just an innate want for each other to be okay. I can't tell you how many people I have discovered along this journey that have just welcomed me in with open arms and made space for me and made me feel so comfortable in my skin. And I just want to do the same for others.
To be on the cover of British Vogue with such an amazing cast of diverse and incredible people and talent.
This is a really big pinch me moment. As soon as I got on set, first thing I said was, it's gay day.
I just think it's a real honor to be part of this cover because if I had seen this growing up, I just think it would have been so empowering to see that queerness can take on so many forms.
And that's why moments like this, features like this, covers like this matter, so that you can see us and know that we are here. And guess what? We've always been here, and we're not going anywhere.